Get ready for an exclusive interview with an inspiration of mine. He's a YouTube trailblazer, a traveler, entertainer, and educator rolled up into one phenomenal creator by the name of Ace. For years, Ace has crisscrossed the globe, weaving captivating stories that transcends borders. It's not just an interview, it's a rendezvous with greatness, a rare opportunity to peer into the mind behind the lens. Join me in this exploration of a life dedicated to sparking curiosity, evoking wonder, and crafting a legacy that transcends the confines of the screen. This is part 2 of our conversation.
I've been studying it, I always study it, I always checking the analytics. I go deep into talking about the analytics.
So guys, for the second part of the interview, we are heading to get dinner and I'm still here with Ace. So the question was, how do you feel YouTube handles content creators of color versus everybody else?
I think where YouTube dropped the ball, because they don't do intentional things.
Yes.
That are negative. They don't do that. That's not something I don't think any company wants to do, especially with their partners. But they have a hard time acknowledging when they do have issues. Because they feel like something is working the best it can. The algorithm is not perfect, and we know this. What happens is when it comes to anybody, not only people of color, all right, we can all of us can be excluded from meeting new audiences and stuff like that, and that's because of the way the algorithm works. The algorithm follows your audience, right? So as long as your audience is okay and happy, they'll look for people that are similar to your audience. In many cases, your audience are going to be tribal, right? So if I'm white, I'm more likely to have a more white audience, depending on the topic. So if we're talking about finances, or we're talking about technology. But if we're talking about personal experiences channels, like we can go in there. We can sit down right there. So hello. We're just gonna sit down right here. So right there. Get the light and finish this up for you guys. So you were talking about the tribal thing. So most audiences are tribal until YouTube exposes the audience to new different people that might be dope. And so recently I did a video that was heavily trending, and I noticed I had a lot more white white account viewers watching me, leaving comments, and their response was, well, I never knew about this channel and stuff like that. And it just reaffirms how YouTube dismisses the mark.
You can tell the music is bad. The music is like pumping right here. So we're gonna avoid it a little bit. Right here is even better.
I try to save you,
Thank you. I appreciate you.
All right. What they can do is stop gating content in terms. So this is how the algorithm works, and it's been working like this for years. So y'all take notes, all right? You're not talking to someone who decided YouTube. I've been studying it, I always study it, I always checking the analytics. I go deep into talking about the analytics, and I have yet to not be proven wrong, right? So the way the algorithm works is, you uploaded a video, and based off of your audience, it happens real quick. Based off your audience reaction to that video determines how far that video is gonna go in the ether, if it's gonna be pushed to more people. So that's why it's a problem when trying to connect to a wider audience. So let's say your audience loves your content, but they're not really into other stuff. Let's say other backgrounds would like. So let's say golf. You know what I'm saying? And I know a lot of black people like golf, but like a well-known all-white sport or well-known something that black people or the culture is not really interested in, and that's gonna just get dead on. So like me, rock climbing might be interesting to one culture. To black people, you know, especially if they think a certain way, that's not there. That's not what they're into. And that just destroys the video. Yeah. And so what happens is YouTube, because of the way that system works, YouTube won't let you be shown to new people. Yeah. And you'll be continue to be shown to people just like your audience. Yeah. And then the circle will keep on going, but that's how YouTube can destroy content creators when it comes to their ethnic backgrounds. Right. Because they assume people watch me because of how I look, but they assume I'm into certain things when I'm not. Yeah. And when I try to show the things I'm into, they're not going to allow me to be shown to people who are into those same things. And so that's that is the hugest problem with YouTube. Yeah. So to break it down in layman's term, if I make a video about, let's say I make a video about blimps.
Blimps, okay, all right.
Right, although that's not what I normally do. Yeah. If I make a video about blimps, my audience is gonna be like, "What the hell?" Yeah. No, the YouTube will just down that video because say, "Yo, you don't normally make videos about blimps. Who you think you are?" I want YouTube to say, "Okay," even though his audience is not engaged in that video, I'm gonna show the people who do like blimps.
That's right.
And see how it goes. Right. And that's how you grow it and get a more diverse audience. Yeah. But until then, YouTube is not gonna do that unless you come out and start your channel off knowing this. And most people that come into YouTube don't know that it's a lot of tribalism. That's why people can go to, let's say for example, as a travel content creator, I make a video about going into dangerous neighborhood. Yeah. It is a dangerous neighborhood. But because black people are known to be from dangerous neighborhoods, it might not be exciting as to see the same neighborhood from a white person's perspective. Right. This is why sometimes you see white people, content creators, they might do a lot better. Yeah. And that goes back to the tribalism too. It's like if I'm searching for something, oh, I'm a white guy, let me see his experience. Yeah. And so when I say this, I'm not saying I'm downing people, oh, it's not fair. It just, that's the way it is. Right. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. And shout out to the people that have that advantage. Yes. You know what I'm saying? Yes. But I would like to think YouTube would be a little bit more inclusive as far as connecting the dots. Yes. Because even then, YouTube won't, because when I look at my analytics, right, because of my audience who don't like to watch other white travel content creators, I won't get connected to that. Yeah. And how I'm supposed to grow that way when, you have one guy, if we go this in a perfect world, if I make a video about submarines, right? Yeah. Let me help you out, man. I gotta put this guy on game every time.
I have a battery.
You got a battery?
Yeah, I have a battery. I have another one.
Let me see.
I have another one.
Yeah. All right. Is it brighter now?
It's perfect.
All right. So we left off where I was talking about tribalism and stuff like that. But the way YouTube can fix that is, regardless of what my audience likes to watch, because I won't get connected. Like, for example, there's huge, when it comes to the genre of travel, so many people doing it and at a high level. But until we as a community of black content creators get to that high level, it's going to be hard for us to get there. Unless we do collaborations with other white travel content creators that are already at that level. Yeah. Because it's seldomly I get connected to white travel content creators. Yeah. And the reason why is because my audience. If my audience were a little bit more diverse, I would be connected to white content creators. Yeah. And in this ecosystem, for growth, that's important. Yes. So I've talked to YouTube about this too. I told YouTube, like, you know, I sent letters like, YouTube, you know, just look at all the stuff I'm being suggested. All of them are black content creators. You know, some of them are not even travel. Why am I not being connected to some of the top travel white content creators?
Yeah.
And especially if we might be covering similar topics at the same time.
Yeah.
And that's where the misconnect is. That's how YouTube can fix it. Focusing more on the content and less about the reaction of your core audience.
Oh, yes.
If they do that, everybody will grow.
Yeah.
And you know, that's another thing. A lot of content creators are getting burned out because they're running out of things to cover. It's not they running out. It's like they know that they can only cover certain things, and they're afraid to pivot to something new because
they will lose views. Because
of the way the system works.
That's right.
And so, if YouTube can figure out and be like, okay, listen, this person is talking about this topic. Let him be tapped into that and see how well he does.
That's right.
I've seen so many beautiful videos from content creators, and they don't go nowhere. And because their videos are being gated, when I say gated, by their audience. It's like a firewall.
Yeah.
So once your audience, you know, and so that's also another thing important. If you want to work with the system, keep that in mind. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That's gonna be something you have to deal with. You have to understand, like, if your audience is not with it, it's gonna be a problem. So if you want to pivot to something new, you have to start telling your audience, hey, I'm interested in this. You keep on telling them until it gets to the point where they understand.
They watch it a little bit more. Yeah.
I've done that in the past, and people don't like that.
Yeah.
And it's okay, you know.
Yeah.
It's okay for them to leave. I actually invite them to leave, and I know that's like saying no, because if the thing is, normally people are upset, and I tell them it's okay. You don't have to watch me. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I don't mean that in the rudest way. It's just our time is up. You know, like I'm trying to follow my dreams, and I'm not trying to screw you.
Right.
You know, by making you feel uncomfortable. Right. So might as well we just part our ways. Right. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. And sometimes people not gonna believe you. It just you gotta make the best choice for you and your family. That's true. That's what I've done. But I wish I didn't have to do that. I wish YouTube didn't have that gated system. Yeah. You know what I mean? So my audience is, you know, I don't have to feel like I'm cornered from switching to a new subject. Subject. I have so many people upset at me over it. Yeah. You know, when I first started my channel, it was a little bit more raunchier. You know, and then you know, as time progresses, I'm the type of guy that I'm not happy with the present. Yeah. Regardless of how successful that is. Yeah. You know, and I've noticed people follow my steps. A lot of people, and they still stay with my formulas and everything. When I act like they don't know who created it, whatever, or whatever. Yeah. But
so that being said, I know some of your friends like Philly Dom. Shout out to Philly Dom, by the way.
Yeah. Shout out to Philly.
Yeah. Who inspires you? Like, if you're at home, you're bored, you don't feel like creating any content, and you want to watch YouTube, but not yourself. Right. Who are some of the YouTubers that you will watch for inspiration?
I watch a lot of different content creators. Sometimes Philly. My mom is one of Philly Don's biggest fans.
Oh wow! Shout out to Philly. Nice.
My mom will be. And I don't keep up as much as my mom. She be telling me, she's like, "Yo, Philly here." I said, "What?" So she's a big fan of Philly, and I watch a lot of different content creators, but the people that I found a lot of inspiration from are people like Gabriel Travis. He's a huge inspiration. Yeah, I used to remember staying home and watching him just roam the city. And this feel like I was condition my mind to feel like I was right behind him. As he was doing that. And he broke down the game as far as traveling is concerned. I mentioned Woody, but the other person I was also studying at the same time as Woody was Gabriel Travis because of he was so transparent on how he continued his travels. And I would just say, okay, he's staying at this hotel. He would say how much he was paying. I said, okay, how? And then he's like, okay, this is what I would do. I would just make this, and then I would do. And so, so that's how you do it. You kept reinvesting into your craft. And so I picked up from that. I picked up from other content creators like Jeremy. He's a content creator that's in California now. I had a chance to meet him last year. That was a really good experience for me to meet someone. First American black traveler I saw in Africa. So him, Harold.
Nice.
I didn't know who Harold was. He didn't influence me as a content creator. I was already making money. But as far as style-wise, I did adopt more of his style. Sometimes I'll do different styles, but Harold's one of the first people I started noticing about his style. And I adopted. And I'm not shy to say it. I give him shout out. You know what I'm saying? All the time. And some other videos I mentioned that. Harold, Bald Bankrupt, just in terms of his approach. You know, I learned from that, you know, because he'll have a whole bunch of people engaging in his content. I'm like, what's the difference between the two? And you'll see a difference between Harold and Bald. And so I learned from that. But not only that, I also watch small and up-and-coming channels as well. Dude named Carl Shakur, right? This guy he's as far as the content creation, he's not up-and-coming. It's huge. But as far as like a YouTuber, his channel is something I met first. I saw that, and then I realized who this dude was. It's a brother that's really known for creating some amazing cinematic photography. He's on Instagram. He's a well-educated professional, and sometimes you might see him on a commercial talking with a Premiere Pro, explaining, "Hey guys, they hired me to make this video." You know, if these companies are hiring you to do that, it's because you know your stuff. And his level of filming is amazing. On par, like someone else. Passport Heavy. That guy's content is like
top notch.
Like he has a vision, and I spoke to the owner of Passport Heavy is Gabriel, and I was following his journey. And for those who want to study him, you have to watch his regular channel, Gabriel, and look at some of his older videos of him trying to figure it out. This guy was traveling to Hawaii, Thailand, just trying to figure things out, and I love to see his progression at the moment. I will watch some MAA. Okay. Before people say I don't watch MAA, I will watch MAA. I didn't get any inspiration from MAA, but I will watch MAA. And my journey with MAA, I love the fact that we were uploading content together. Contrary to people's belief, I was uploading YouTube videos prior to the travel genre, you know what I mean? So I was into YouTube before that, and I was doing travel videos before I went to Colombia. That's all facts, you know what I mean? But I do watch sometimes to MAA, so shout out to MAA. I like partying with MAA. We party like one time or twice.
Is that right?
Yeah, we have a good time. We shut down this one club in Thailand. It was crazy.
That's funny.
I got the video. But it got demonetized, so that's why it's not in public. But that's the only reason why. Like, if you like videos I did with MAA, we did one video together. The girl in the video hit me up. She's like, take my face off. You know what I mean? And then another video, it was a live stream, and we shut down Thailand.
Oh wow, that's funny.
We was in the one club, and we shut down the whole club. Girls were kissing me, kissing him, dancing all over here. It was a good experience. So shout out to those who actually seen that live stream. So I like hanging out with MAA. What I really would love to learn from him is how he packs his bags, because he really packs his bags. How he travels is really like, I don't travel like that. I travel with big stuff, but I would love to consolidate more stuff. Who else?
TRorlight.
there's a lot more people coming up, and hopefully I'm gonna start watching more of your content.
Thank you, man. I appreciate
you. Know what I mean?
Yeah.
Wody, I watch his content.
Yeah.
I watch. We were just talking about the guy. He's gonna kill it. The bald head, skinnier dude.
Gabriel?
No, in Africa.
In Africa, Wody Maya?
No. It's like you don't watch him. You know? Yes, I watch him. Yeah, I watch him. I watch him when he be going trips with his girlfriend. They be going to nice spots. I seen him. He just finished interviewing that artist named Deito.
Deito, that's right.
Right. He, stuff like that. Yes, I watch this guy.
Yeah.
All right. I have comments on his channel. Okay.
That's funny.
So it's not I don't watch him. I leave comments.
Yeah.
I just can't pronounce his name.
His name. Okay.
And then it is so many really nice up and coming content creators.
Yeah. No, thanks for sharing that. To conclude this, because he's actually being very, very generous with his time. We're ready to go to dinner with this amazing lady here right now.
I used to date her daughter right there.
He used to date her daughter.
She's from
Miami in the house. Okay.
She came to hang out with me.
So he's actually nice. He's giving me his time. So I'm going to conclude this with one last question. Ace, how do you handle the pressures of fans and supporters to say, hey, I want to collab with you, I want to meet with you? I'm asking you this because I hung out with you for 2 days in a row now, and I've seen how popular you are, which I already knew, but it's one thing to know, but it's one thing to witness that. Well, and it's like the demand is there, like, hey man, let's meet up. How do you balance all that?
Listen, I would love to work with everybody, right?
Yeah.
But I have a strict rule. I want to work with people who want to help themselves. You know what I'm saying? I see you.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
If I felt like you were like someone like whatever, I would be like, oh yeah, take me a pic. We could do a video, but I'm not gonna do as much as I did for you. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You invest your time into your dream.
Yes.
And that's beautiful. And I have no problem working with you. You know what I'm saying? I think it's a beautiful thing, and I know it's gonna work out for you.
Thank you. I appreciate that.
So if you want to work with Ace, and I say this all the time on Instagram, listen, put in the work. If you might not think I'm not looking, I'm gonna look, okay? And if I see like you got work in, we'll work. You know what I mean? If I see you just started working and then you want the whole thing right there, no, you might not even want this. You know what I'm saying?
That's right.
You invested so much money.
A lot. Traveling alone, it's expensive. The hotel cost, everything. And then the hours spent behind the computer editing, that's the part that people don't see. But that's where you spend most of your time, you know?
Which is one of the reasons right now I'm in the country here. I feel like I needed to learn it here because this is where a lot of my channels really did well in this country. I want to learn to balance more physical fitness and health-wise.
Yes.
And when I start traveling some more, I can be a little bit more healthier, which I'm working on, all right? And I have a channel that I'm working on. That's what I'm doing right now, guys. I'm filming another channel.
Yeah.
Where you can see a little bit more behind the scenes of what's going on with me health-wise, because I know a lot of you guys are concerned, and some of you guys just hate it. They have nothing to say, but it's fine. I'm eating good. All right, you know what I mean. Okay?
That's right.
A lot.
All right.
A lot.
Thanks so much. I have so many more questions, but Ace, I really appreciate your time. I was really lucky to meet him, and even luckier to spend more time so we can create this video, and I get to know him more. This is really a role model.
If you're watching him, if you're not subscribed and you were just curious to see what I was gonna say, check out his stuff, man. Check out his stuff. See if you like it and subscribe, man. And, just subscribe, all right? Subscribe to the boy. Subscribe to my boy right now.
All right.
Right now. Subscribe right now.
Thank you so much, man.
Always stay live.
All right. So on that note, guys, I will see you on the next video. Ciao. Thanks, Ace.
Peace. No, appreciate you, man.
All right, man. Peace.
All right.
Thanks.
Dale, bésame, ven y atrápame. Hagamos jueguitos que de chiquito no pude hacer. Dale, bésame, ven y atrápame. Que ahora adultos sabemos bien lo que vamos a hacer.